Welcome back to DHN. I'm Wade Teamer. The more I look at Solana, the more I realize we are actually dealing with the next version of Ethereum. I mean, we're looking at an Internet Explorer meets Google Chrome moment. Let me tell you something, guys. Solana's price right now, $153. It's in the exact same price range that Ethereum was when I first got into the space in 2019. You can see here, range from about $125 to $250. Then it entered the bull run, and as you can see, it never looked back. Now the question you got to ask yourself is, what caused this? Because even after the bull run and the bear markets that followed, Ethereum sustained this value. We'll see down here is when they built a lot of the tokens, the NFTs, the DeFi applications, and a lot of the meme coins. And it was the recent story, GameStop Tribute meme on Solana surged 1900% that triggered a memory. A lot of what contributed to Ethereum's rise pre-2021, pre-bull run, was its meme culture. Solana is resembling that same meme culture. That is another reason why I've added Solana to the Elite 8. I make a point for us to keep our eyes on it. We will be covering Solana on the channel. I've said it before. But they're also helping me change my outlook on meme coins. Now, this whole mania is connected to the Wall Street bets mania that popped off a few years ago during that same bull run, right? Where I believe a lot of that trading was taking place on Ethereum. But the account that posted out this photo that triggered the reaction in the stock price and in the meme coin price was from Roy and Kitty. Again, their names here. We should probably bring them up. Should have wrote them down. I need to become a better journalist. But this activity is significant for a number of reasons because it reflects the same meme culture that was present on Ethereum before Ethereum went on its rally. The biggest difference is that with Solana, because it's a lot faster and a lot more scalable, this meme coin activity, the velocity behind it is going to be so much more. So I think that's really gonna contribute to pushing Solana when it gets to making this move later in the year, because I feel like this bull run is really gonna resume later in the year, guys, just like it did in 2021. So I was curious about where to get some of these meme coins. I'm not gonna tell you to go all out on memes, but if you're listening, watching from the US, Orca was the first name that popped up. But Solana does have a long list of other decentralized exchanges. Not gonna list them all right now. The one I know that's working for sure is this one here. This is Radium.io. It's the one that was recommended to me. So far, it hasn't been much of an issue. I think these connections that are going on here are on my end. But that's an interesting aspect to Solana to be paying attention to right now, because it reminds me so much of what was going on Ethereum. Now, outside of the culture aspect, outside of the memes, Solana, from a technical side, from an enterprise side, is also giving Ethereum a run for its money. I found this morning, courtesy of Blockworks Research. Solana has surpassed Ethereum in daily economic value for the first time in history. Now, it's not by a lot, roughly $3 million here, but it's a significant indicator of what could be around the corner. Because you look at the rest of this chart, Ethereum's on a downtrend, while Solana is maintaining its spot in the market. So I find that to be very interesting. And again, on an enterprise level, news from earlier today, Robinhood launches staking in Europe, and one of the assets to be staked will be Solana. This is coming from Robinhood's newsroom themselves. Now, they say starting today, we're introducing our first ever crypto staking product, which will be available to our customers in Europe. Robinhood crypto customers can now stake their Solana holdings directly through the app, allowing them to earn rewards with flexibility to unstake at any time. So Robinhood is exposing their customers to liquid staking. I remember when Robinhood was able to serve US customers when it comes to crypto. Man, that was exciting. That brought a lot of volume to the chains that were involved. And there was a lot of discussion about Robinhood not actually owning the crypto involved. So I wonder if they've taken measures to change that recently. I haven't been following Robinhood that close, mainly because the SEC kind of pushed it away from us. That's one of the companies that's on their radar as well right now. Something else, though, I found to be interesting is that new customers can earn a 10% bonus on their net buys over the first 30 days of the platform. The bonuses will be paid out in USDC. So that's another interesting leg of the Solana USDC relationship. We're actually going to get a little bit more into that in just a few moments here. But I was watching this interview here. Solana Foundation head of payments Shiraz Shear was doing an interview with Payments, PYMNT. Great name, even better publication, definitely on that list of recommendations. But they were discussing the trajectory of Solana, and it's very interesting because it highlights an aspect that we have yet to cover, but we've been talking about it when we talk about other chains like XDC, Stellar, and Hedera. Talking about real world tokenization. Take a listen.
Solana is bringing real world assets into the conversation here. How do you see your position within the whole DeFi movement? I mean, it feels like as crypto started to become confusing and speculative, that the whole notion of decentralized finance kind of went away, and now it's really seems like it's back. How do you guys find your place in that?
Yeah, I think we're on a trajectory to actually realize the founder's vision of Solana. So the founder of Solana, Anatoly Yakovenko, one of many founders, but the sort of the technical brains behind Solana, his vision for Solana was he wanted to build the NASDAQ for everything. And so sort of as I was mentioning earlier, anything can be tokenized and have a tokenized representation on the blockchain. Some examples of stuff that is tokenized on Solana are dollars, as we talked about, but real estate, loyalty points, live event tickets, whiskey bottles, wine bottles, all of these, they're applications that have tokenized versions of these assets on the blockchain. So if you imagine that anything can be tokenized and represented on this blockchain, then you can also imagine that there can be markets for all of these things. And that's really what Solana enables at scale with tremendous scalability and speed. So again, think about token extensions as the engine that allows you to tokenize these assets with all sorts of fine-grained controls. And then the Solana blockchain can enable markets for these things. And one of the unique things about Solana is when you have a blockchain that is so fast and so cheap and so scalable, you can actually have central limit order books, which means is that you actually have true markets where you have, buyers and sellers with bid and asks and orders being matched. So there's tons of protocols that enable central limit order books. So I think the vision that we're realizing started with DeFi, but it's broadening. DeFi is sort of integrating more into traditional financial systems. And then you're seeing more different types of assets being tokenized, a lot of financial instruments, as I mentioned, like T-bills and loans and whatnot, but things like real estate and even ticketing, all of that can be represented as tokens on the blockchain, and then you can have markets for all of them. So in a way, think about it as it's a financialization of everything, or maybe not everything, but many, many more things that are possible today.
And if we go over to realworldassets.xyz, yeah, we can confirm a lot of what he's saying. This is our resource right now to track this real world asset movement. And as they bring data in, guys, we get a chance to look at it. And we can see everything from private credit, treasury, stable coins, and soon they're going to be showing us commodities and real estate. Can't wait for that. But when it comes to private credit on Solana, they're sitting in about 5th position right now with 43 million in total loans. This is thanks to a company called Credix Finance. Now, they have a focus in Latin America, and I bring that up because in my research over the years, Latin America has been a strong proponent for crypto, ledger-based blockchain technologies. So very interested to see that, interesting to see that there. When we're talking stable coins, out of the $156 billion market cap, Solana is taking up about 4.2 billion of that, 4th place amongst all networks. Now, their stablecoin ecosystem is powered largely by Circle. Their relationship started back in 2020, and I remember covering it, and I knew it was going to be a game changer. Fast forward a few years and there's all types of technical integrations and apps that they've built and put together. As a matter of fact, in April, it was reported that Solana processed 1.4 trillion in stablecoin transfers in March. You can bet a lot of that, the majority of it, was USDC. So that's why they decided to expand support for Solana, integrate all of their new coming features, focused at cross-border payments, focused at international payments, right? And then on top of that, we got the cross-chain transfer protocol. Now, this, I think, on a technical level, is really contributing to the numbers that we see, because this CCTP is designed to enable the secure transfer of USDC between different ecosystems. So that means that Solana developers can swap USDC from Ethereum and other EVM chains like Arbitrum, Avalanche, Base, Optimism. So having that capability is really giving Solana the advantage. Now, another ally that Solana has when it comes to stablecoins is Visa. Now, I don't know if you know, but they launched this on-chain analytics dashboard, and I've been watching it ever since it made headlines a couple months ago. And yeah, found something very interesting. So if you go over to transactions, stablecoin transactions, and you take a look at the total transaction size by blockchain over the last month, Solana is leading the pack. This is beating out Binance and Tron as well as Polygon. When it comes to stablecoin transactions, the largest volumes are moving on Solana. And I'm telling you, same with the meme coin culture over there. The accessibility of those memes, it's easier because of the way that Solana is built. Now, if we take a look at another stat that they have here, total stablecoin cumulative metrics since January, total amount, Tether and Tron are leading that with about 954.03 million transactions. When you flip that and sort it by total transactions, the leader is Solana and USDC. Now, if you go back and you do the digging, Visa, USDC, when Visa started to research stablecoins, they started with Circle. They started with Circle and Ethereum and Crypto.com, but they started with Circle. So I'm assuming that there was a pretty strong relationship established, right? Now, outside of stablecoins, they also brought up other government-related products. The treasuries market on Solana is still being built out, although there are players involved. You have Ondo Finance, of course, and then you have the cash management pool, which is being ran by Maple Finance, which we've brought up before. You see, we're taking a look at their team members, and they're also backed by Circle. Isn't that interesting? Now, they also have some news. Maple and Figment, they're going to now be offering institutional grade staking for Solana and Ethereum. Now, I wonder which one is going to end up taking the lead with this, but basically, Figment has collaborated its protocol staking solutions with Maple Finance, which sets itself apart as an innovative leader in the digital asset lending space with its diversified lending solutions. Now that Maple Finance can stake their clients' digital assets, it provides more security for the network and provides an opportunity to earn rewards. So across their products, their product offerings, stablecoin secured lending, altcoin secured lending, corporate credit and cash management, you'll now be able to, I'm assuming, a part of the corporate credit and cash management, you can now stake your assets on Solana and Ethereum. So that's going to be very interesting to watch unfold. Now, another point of interest going forward for Solana, their Breakpoint conference. They have already announced their first line of speakers, and I can tell you guys, last couple of years, this Breakpoint conference has been it's been the place where they make a lot of announcements. And looking at the initial list of speakers, Coy Sheffield, VP Head of Crypto at Visa, Jeremy Allaire, CEO of Circle, Rand Goldie, Payments and Network at Fireblocks. So just looking at the names has me curious, guys. CEO of the Helium Foundation. What have y'all been working on? Ben Shin, co-founder and CTO of Boba Guys. Now, this company, I've seen them do work personally. I've seen them do work, and I like to keep my eye on the assets that I can see doing things around me, because I, much like you, feel like a lot of this stuff is only digital, But being able to see these companies in action before the mainstream just makes it a bit more real, in my opinion. So with that, if you're looking to pick up some crypto, you guys already know where I'm getting it. They do hold Solana. I'm talking Uphold. That's the exchange that I use. You can not only get crypto, but they expose you to gold, silver, other currencies as well. Always keep in mind though, these assets are risky, so never risk more than you're willing to lose. Now, if you do decide to take that risk, I would advise you to move your crypto from an exchange, put it on a hardware wallet. The one that we use is the SafePal hardware wallet. Been a channel partner for years, and I have yet to have a problem with them. If you use the links in the description, I do get compensated. I want to thank you in advance. Now it's time for the best part. If that money is digital, so is the hustle.